Somewhere over the rainbow. Tom, is you on here, Tom? Tom, you better be your ass on here, Tom, before we start this show. You better say something, Tom. You better say something.
No fake, I'm worth too many M's, you dig? Hey, what's going on, man?
You ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to set blood, ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Oh, I live in the hood, ass nigga. Never got put on, always claiming the hood though. Oh, you fucking with the homegirl, but don't come to the hood with none of your damn homeboys. They don't get a pass. Had a little homies press they ass for your tattoos. Hey, your mama waking up to some bad news. The plug saying groove, I'm a dime. I was long in the race, skinny nigga with the braid. Took a 2-man fade. I'm really from the hood. I took a fucking break to get my money right. But I was begging on the plane in the meeting with Jermaine. They like, poet, oh, you bang? They forgot where I came from. I was gang banging when it wasn't fun. Homie doing life right now, cause we don't. You ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to set blood, ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. And that goes for these hoes too. Start fucking on niggas and throwing these niggas hood up. Ha, little dot. Heard you gave a homie head in the trap spot. Got a throwaway in the stash spot. Boy, you're not real, like a Sasquatch. Boy, I'm so high, I'm seeing astronauts. Boy, I ball hard, I need a mascot. Poet, and Swahili, I'm a damu. My little cousin making paru. My nigga Uzi, he from Fire Deuce. Pad blows, I be hanging with some real whoops. Gang signs out the window when we drive coupes. Making money with some crips like it's 92. Banging on tracks. Back in my days, it was banging on. You ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to set blood, ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood.
Fuck Chris Brown, nigga. Pull up in the hood right now, nigga. Get your fade, nigga. Fuck, nigga.
Fuck Jesse Smollett.
Frogs.
You ain't from the hood.
We gotta say, fuck Jesse Smollett. Jesse Smollett ain't from the hood. Damn it, Jesse Smollett. Justice Smollett. Juicy Smollett. He ain't from the hood. What's up, my people? Glad to see y'all have made it here for another day, another video. We got some crazy ass videos today. We got CNN and MSNBC and all them losing their mind. They going bankrupt. Comcast like, you know what? We're going to have to separate ourselves from you sons of bitches because you sons of bitches losing money. Y'all losing subscribers. All the platforms ain't working. The live streams ain't working. Nobody want to see y'all. Because if you really look at it, people don't go to MSNBC News to get the news. People don't go to CNN to get the news, right? They go to Fox, but not even Fox, right? Most people shit is in a pocket. They want to get their shit in 15 or 20 seconds, and they only want the news that they like, that's according to their life. Like niggas in the hood, they want to see news about drive-bys and shooting and robberies and jewelry heists and shit like that. They don't give a fuck about Russia. They don't give a fuck about North Korea, Afghanistan. They don't know nothing about that. But you ask them about Chicago, you ask them about St. Louis, they know all about that, right? You got some businessmen, they're going to watch the news for the stock market and stuff like that, stock market crashes and stuff, and a lot of people don't watch world news. They watch local news. What's happening on their block? What's happening in their city? What's happening in their community? They're not watching CNN and CBS and all of those shit. And plus, when you get the news now, you can go to your local platform because it's a lot of platforms that are discussing news. So sometimes before the news come, because the news are set at a time, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, right? And they got to wait Sometimes it be YouTubers and people on the internet that have the story out 3 or 4 hours before the shit even hit the news on a regular program because they got a set time. So the shit be old news by the time they come. People have their own opinions and everything, you know. So these platforms are slowly becoming extinct. They becoming extinct, and they mad and they know it, y'all. They mad and they know it. They like, you know what? We finna lose our motherfucking jobs. Comcast is selling the damn building.
Right, time now for a look at some of the other stories.
Comcast is selling the building, right? And it goes to show, like it goes to show you when they say disinformation, right? It shows you who is really spreading disinformation, because if people was really thinking that you were spreading facts, right, and you were speaking the truth, they wouldn't unsubscribe to you. They would keep watching your ass, right? But the fact that you lie after lie, Russian collusion, impeachment, jail this, and Donald Trump keep getting out the shit, and it's not sticking, your viewers are starting to lose faith in your channel and everything you say, because they want the worst. They want blood. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the liberals, they not just no regular people. They want blood. They want to see Donald Trump bleed. You know, you heard the old black lady like, oh, next time you get somebody do that, get somebody to aim straight. They want to see blood, not only from Donald Trump, they want to see blood from Donald Trump supporters. They are angry bunch, right? So they was watching the channel because you promised them blood, you promised them impeachment, you promised them the worst possible outcome. He's going to jail, he got all these charges, they finna take all his properties and shit. I mean, they was on the edge of the seat. He finna lose the election, right? And I mean, they was on the edge of the seat, like, oh, when Donald Trump lose, he going to jail for a long ass time. All the Trump supporters gonna be mad. Oh, we waiting, you know? And then they waited, and there was a disappointment. All that built up emotion you done gave them, all that sense of they going to win and Kamala Harris is going to give them their rights back and all that shit. I mean, they was built up. You had them pumped. Oh, it's a thin race, and just come on now, donate the money and all that shit. Oh, it's going to be a win. We're going to turn the page. We turn the page on Donald Trump. Remember all that? We're going to turn the page. We're going to turn. And their page turned. And the Democrats is mad because they want blood, right? Now, think of what they're doing now. Now that MSNBC done went and talked to Donald Trump, they losing more supporters because the right, I mean, the left don't want unity. They don't want understanding. They don't want compromise. They want it their way. And if you step out of line and try to do something like like try to mend fences or or try to come to some type of understanding, they're not having none of that because they want blood. They want to see you bleed. Let's get into it. Let's get into how the Democrats, right? First, before we get into that, we're gonna show you how the Democrats are slowly going bankrupt in the media. All that money Kamala Harris done gave CNN and MSNBC, all the money, the federal funding money they get and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're supposed to be a mediator from the people in the government, shit like that. All that shit is getting wiped out because guess what? People are not believing in them no more. Let's go.
Stories making headlines this morning. Comcast, which owns our parent company, NBC Universal, plans to spin off.
It now seems this one, Comcast, the parent company of this network, expected to announce today that it's spinning off its NBC Universal cable networks, including this one. You know, this was a possibility in the offing just a couple of weeks ago. It now seems like it is in the offing. I'm curious about your reaction.
It's cable TV networks, that's according to the Wall Street Journal and people familiar with the situation. The company will separate off entertainment and news channels, including MSNBC, CNBC, USA, Oxygen, E, Sci-Fi, and the Golf Channel.
So it's spinning off.
The new cable venture will reportedly have an ownership structure that mirrors Comcast's.
basically you are no longer a Comcast. They would have an ownership structure. They're separating entertainment from news, from sports. They're separating all that shit because why? The news business is losing money. They're losing money. They're hemorrhaging. They can't get no donors. They can't get no sponsors. They losing money.
The Comcast spokesperson declined to comment.
Well, I mean, I have two major reactions. One, this is sort of a very clear, direct statement by Comcast and its, controlling shareholder and Brian Roberts. Like, they are exiting the cable network business.
So, Willie, as you look at the screen right there, the big concern that stockholders right now on Wall Street are wondering about before they decide what to do with Comcast shares is whether Mika is going to have to give up her penthouse perch atop the Comcast building.
This is them saying, we don't want to be in this business. This is no longer a growth business.
Since I never had it.
When are we going to get invited to the penthouse?
Never. They never let us up. I will say really quickly on this, a Drudge at the top said, like news meltdown, all this other stuff.
It's going to be around for a long time, but it is just no longer a growth business. So I think it's interesting. Everyone was looking at, Disney's going to get rid of her.
But in this case, though, Willie, what they're doing is what other media firms are doing. I mean, I could be completely wrong. We could all be fired a year from now whenever this happens. You never know what's going to happen.
Or tomorrow.
They was joking, but they was for real. We could be fired in a year. You're right. You're losing viewers. You're losing subscribers. You're losing donors. You're losing sponsors, right? You're losing all that shit. If you don't have sponsors, donors, commercials, and people giving you money for the channel, right? And Comcast already saying, fuck you because you're not making any money. You're trying to put it polite. The other dude is putting it blunt. Y'all are not making no money. It's not a growth business. Your ass is gone. Well, they trying to put it polite. No, it's not polite. Your ass is gone.
I think this is a pretty big statement from Comcast that they're exiting the traditional basic cable network business.
You spin off the cable channels, which 7 years ago were making a ton of money.
And what you said that you had two big thoughts. So that's one.
Did you hear that? 7 years ago, they was making a ton of money when they was covering Russian collusion, impeachments, January 6th. When they was covering all that, they was making tons of money. Endorsements, donors, all that, right? When they was covering Donald Trump jail trial and shit, they was making, when they was showing him going back and forth to the courthouse, when they was holding all them damn shows about what's going to happen and this and the judge's decision and what went on in court. They had high ratings all through Donald Trump's presidency, right? Now that they lied to the media this whole time and Donald Trump won, they lost faith. The whole damn fake media with Donald Trump, he said he was going to get revenge. He don't even have to do anything to get revenge. All he had to do was win the election and get revenge on fake news. Now fake news is over with.
What's two?
Well, the other one really concerns you and everyone else at this network and MSNBC and USA. Can these networks stand on their own?
Now they've got to figure out how to make them profitable.
So Mika and Joe went down to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the ring.
Disney, which by the way, huge media news, Disney has figured out now how to make streaming profitable. Peacock had an extraordinary success in the Olympics. So they're talking about spinning this off. Comcast still owns, I think Brian Roberts still owns a third of that. And because Comcast didn't jump into the bidding war like everybody else, throwing stupid money at streaming services and then watch it flop, Comcast has a ton of cash.
Is news, you think about the power of news and the impact news has. I mean, every trading desk around the world is watching this right now. Like, can news, and obviously USA with some sports, not a lot. I mean, they have SmackDown from WWE. They have some golf. They have, there is stuff, but there is not a lot of sports. Can those networks stand on their own?
So now they spin this off, and they're in a position to what do you all say? To get a lot of chat, to get a lot of
consolidate.
And we're going to learn. I think there's probably a lot of skepticism among investors. They like the fact that Comcast is getting out of this. I mean, first, they like it because at the end of the day, it's a very bright signal that Comcast is not about to go buy WBD and then go buy more cable networks.
Consolidate, but also to just ramp up. And so you get a lot of people, a lot of different channels together. And so whatever that entity is going to be, it'll probably be a lot of cable channels, and they'll be in a much better position.
You see how he's trying to put it polite? You see how he's trying to put it polite that Comcast is ditching their ass and giving their ass a whole new separate broadcasting system? You're no longer part of Comcast. We're going to give you a whole nother ownership structure. He's trying to put it nice. There's going to be all kind of channels, and they're going to put it over here, and such still own this, and he's still on that, and he's not going to do. No, your ass is fired. You're gone. Don't try to blame it on them. It's you.
To scale.
Like, this is them saying, we don't want to be in the cable network business, and showing investors what they don't want anymore.
According to court papers, the first signs of trouble in this case.
Right. So think about that, right? We're going to get into something else, though, right? Think about how Donald Trump has got revenge on the fake news without even touching them. He didn't have to do anything, right? Now, this next story is crazy, right? Because you have a Kamala Harris supporter. She killed her father over the election. This is a story that probably wasn't covered, right? The woman, they talk about Donald Trump supporters are angry, or Donald Trump supporters or evil, whatever they may say, right? But this lady right here killed her father in one of the worst ways right after the election, right after Donald Trump won. You know, and you want to talk about something sick. Think about how angry you have to be to kill your father. Think about how angry, right? Think about how angry you have to be to kill your father over an election, over somebody you don't even know, over something you assume is going to happen about your woman rights or anything like that. What kind of anger can you possibly have? Let's get into it.
And showing investors what they don't want anymore.
According to court papers, the first signs of trouble in this case happened when neighbors heard smashing glass. All of it on election night when the presidential race was about to be announced.
6 years. 6 fucking years. It took us 6 fucking years to get citizenship. You guys know how fucking stupid you look getting on TikTok crying.
Don't they look stupid? Right there. 6 years I was in this country and Donald Trump fucking ruined it. Donald Trump ruined it. Right? But these liberals are crazy. They're here crying. They're crying. They're literally in tears, crying, emotionally, shaving their head. It has to be something wrong. You're killing people, right? You're crying. You're emotional. You're threatening people. You're cutting off your sex life, right? You are mentally fucking disturbed. These people are mentally disturbed.
6 years. 6 fucking years. It took us 6 fucking years to get citizenship. You guys know how fucking stupid you look getting on TikTok crying. Kamala lost.
My first thought was, are people just getting upset over this election, or?
Crying and killing, right? Crying over the election and killing over the election. You look stupid crying and you look crazy killing.
Or is someone actually trying to break it in? Or
if Trump would have lost the election, you would not see one fucking Trump supporter on the internet crying. I know some people need more time. I know some people don't ever get their citizenship, but we worked so hard for it. She worked so hard for it. I was just a kid. You would see us getting our fucking clothes on and going to work, because that's what we would have had to fucking do. Take care of your asses just so you could have an abortion.
Prosecutors say the actual answer was much more horrific. They say 33-year-old Curry Burke smashed nearly every window in this home immediately after killing her father with an ice axe.
We came here because she wanted a better life for us. She wanted a better education for us. She wanted for us to have a better future.
the lights were off, and only 2 people live in that house, and only one of them was on the street.
This woman lives near Burke. As she watched the election results, she said she noticed flashing lights outside. She then says she noticed Burke covered in blood.
She stabbed her father with an ice pick, bust out all the windows. Think about how angry these people is. This Mexican immigrant lady on here crying, right? The other lady on here busting out windows, stabbing her father multiple times with blood all over her body. They are emotional creatures.
Noticed flashing lights outside. She then says she noticed Burke covered in blood.
And now this is all gonna be taken away because of him, because of that stupid. Oh my God.
My thought was that something calamitous had happened in the household, and my first instinct was, did she kill her father with her bare hands?
Stupid fucking felon! He's a felon!
New details concerning a brutal murder inside a home in Seattle's Rainier Beach neighborhood.
He's a felon! He's a felon! I don't want him here anymore.
A woman is charged with killing.
I don't want to live here anymore. He's a felon. He's a felon. I don't want to live here anymore. I edit this shit perfect right here. She said she don't want to live here no more, right? Miss Black Barbie, what did Donald Trump say? If you don't want to live here no more, Miss Black Barbie, what did Donald Trump say you can do? Huh? Miss Black Barbie, if you remember, she said she don't want to live here anymore. I don't want to live here anymore. It's stupid fuck you and rapist. What did he say? If you don't want to live in America no more, what did he say, Miss Black Barbie? We will quiz you right now on your Trump trivia. Huh? You can no, if you're here illegally, you're a criminal. No, you can leave. You can live. You see, oh, I don't want to be here. Crazy rapist. Okay, well, if you don't want to be here, you can leave.
A brutal murder inside a home in Seattle's Rainier Beach neighborhood.
He's a felon! He's a felon! I don't want him here anymore.
A woman is charged with killing her elderly father with an ice axe after an argument.
I can't! I'm not coming back. I'm never coming back here.
King 5 Sebastian Robertson joining us live from the King County Jail with the newest details tonight. Sebastian.
Yeah. Hi, Joyce. 33-year-old Corey Burke is currently in the King County Jail. She's charged with murder. One, held on $2 million bail.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Until Keegan leaves their house. Keegan!
And that's what I say all the time. That's what I said in a tweet, which I guess some people think is controversial. A lot of people love it, by the way. A lot of people love it.
Now, new court documents obtained by King 5 shine some light into what happened.
But if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave.
He's ruining my life, her life, and the life of every single immigrant in this country.
If you can leave right now.
You can leave right now. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like this country, you can fucking leave. You can leave right now. We don't care. You can leave right now. You and the woman that's killing her father with a damn ice pick because you don't like the outcome of the election.
I'm reckoning with right now is that staunch Trump supporters voted for him on the basis of lies and misinformation that was fed to them.
Grow the fuck up. Nobody's taking your fucking rights away, and trust me.
1 week after Seattle police found a man slashed and bludgeoned to death, a private biohazard cleanup company is seen entering the home.
Jesus. If you want an abortion that fucking badly, then get in your fucking car and go to a different state and get one.
The days of respectability politics are out the door.
The good news is that with Trump being your president now, you could probably afford to do it.
That's crazy. It happened so close.
It was neighbors that called 911 around 8 in the evening on November 5th, Election Day, when a woman was seen and heard smashing windows inside her home.
Oh, shit. Wipe your tears, go use your food stamp card for the last fucking time, and grow the fuck up.
If I hear one more person say, who you vote for is your right and you don't have to tell anybody and it's none of your business, those are not the days we're living in anymore.
Arriving officers encountered 33-year-old Corey Burke, who, according to court documents, would not give officers permission to search her home. She stated nobody else was inside.
Whoa, wait a minute. What did she state?
Give officers permission to search her home. She stated.
Roy asked if anyone else would have been at the home, and Corey responded, yes. Corey quickly withdrew the response when the officer Roy asked her to name the people. Corey then reported to the officer, Mr. Roy, that she broke the windows of her home. Officer M. Roy asked Corey how she had broken the windows. Corey said she does not know. Corey also reported that she did not know where the blood on her face came from. Corey would not give officers permission to search her house. She had stated that nobody else was inside. Officer McRoy noted that a light blue Honda Fit, whatever was parked in the driveway of the house. Officer checked the registration owner of the vehicle, but it was not the register to Corey. Right? So somebody else had to be in the house. So the officers are like, fuck that. You got blood on your face, all the windows busted out, and you telling us don't go in your house? This is what liberals think. Right? She probably, if she was black, she would like probably would have like, I know my rights, Black Lives Matter, or some shit like that, right?
Nobody else was inside.
They don't know what Trump's policies are. They are that misinformed, and that is so frustrating to me.
Investigators say she was unable to explain the blood on her face, and officers went in anyway.
It's all lies. It's all lies, and they voted based on lies.
Discovering the body of an older white male laying face down on the carpeted floor. That man, later identified as Timothy Burke, Corey's father.
And they refused to acknowledge it.
Timothy Burke was found with multiple lacerations to his left side, back, head, and ears.
I will never forgive them. I will never, ever forgive them.
These are the type of women will commit a crime like that. She would never forgive you. Look how much anger she got in her. Right? I will never forgive you. And this is not the time where people do not have to expose who they voted for and shit like that. These are the people who are angry enough to kill you when you're asleep.
Investigators also discovered a silver and blue ice, a pickaxe, lying on the living room floor.
I am a social worker, and I work with immigrants and transgendered folks.
Wait a minute. What kind of social worker is that? Think about what you just said. I'm a social worker. I work with transgender and immigrants. Wait, I thought social workers work with kids and parents, not transgenders and immigrants. Well, who hired these social workers? I hope those cut their motherfucking ass. I hope those if you got social workers for immigrants and transgenders, that program needs to get cut. Clip those. Cut that clip. That shit shouldn't be in the budget. That's a department shouldn't be in the federal government. Social workers for transgenders and immigrants. What they need social workers for? The fuck? You got kids that's hungry in houses and being abused and all kind of crazy shit at school, but you got social work. You got enough money to form a department for immigrants and transgenders? Oh, those, cut that clip.
I saw all the cops. That's it. Block off the road, and so we came around this way.
From Harborview Medical Center, Corey Burke told an officer there was something important about Election Day, that when her father started arguing with her about the lights being shut off, she just freaked out. Police say she whispered to the interviewer, I killed him.
And
over Election Day, it was something about election night. What, Donald Trump won.
today I'm going into work and I have to look those people in the eye and tell them I do not know. I don't know. I don't know what the future looks like for them.
They're getting deported and they won't be able to hop in men's and women's sport. Tell them that. And they can't go in the bathrooms. I don't know what's going to happen to them. They're going to have to go into the bathroom that they're assigned to, right? They can't read them happy story time books. They can't do none of that shit. It's over with. It's over with.
And that's terrifying.
A source tells King 5 Burke was a training manager for Jeff Bezos' aerospace company, Blue Origin.
She was, look, did you hear that? Jeff Bezos employee. She was a Jeff Bezos employee for Scoop, Blue Sky, whatever. That means she had a little money. That means she had a little intelligence, right? That means she had a little something about herself. She had a job that required her to have some kind of knowledge of something special, but she still was crazy enough to kill her father over the Donald Trump election. Your ass ain't gonna never see daylight again, baby girl.
King 5 Burke was a training manager for Jeff Bezos' aerospace company, Blue Origin.
A training manager. Ha! Training what? In social justice reform? Clip?
And a LinkedIn profile shows she was employed at the time of the killings. A spokesperson tells King 5 Corey Burke is not currently employed with Blue Origin.
She looked like a regular woman, training program, maintenance trainer, right? You think she was a regular woman. She out here next to the damn missiles in the back and shit and the damn NASA and shit. Like, you think she was a regular person, but she's crazy.
Origin.
I think men are...
Okay, here we go. Let's get into the Democrats and fake news finally admit that they lost the election. They finally admitted on national TV, like, fuck it, we lost, and this is the reason I forgot. Did I edit the rest of the end of this? I forgot. I don't think I edited the end of this, right? But they finally admit that they lost. And it hurts them, right? But the truth should set you free. The truth should set you free. You should enjoy the truth. You shouldn't run from the truth. You should love to tell the truth, right? And they finally had to admit it. And they're going to have to start and admit it. That's the part of understanding, right, and trying to get some of your voters back. But I think it's a little too late for that, right? Because you still got majority of your party still fighting for the same shit. But MSNBC finally admitted that the Democrats wasn't going after the man. They wasn't, and they lost their touch with the man. They lost the reality with the man. You got Montel, Mr. Kamala. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Kamala admitted. All the other people admitted. It's because you didn't cater to the men, and you lost us. Let's go.
Are better than they think they are. However, messaging has just gotten out of control from both sides. Turned away from the Democratic Party. And why? That's the real question that should be.
This is the problem with Democrats. You can be weird or you can be pretentious, but you can't be both.
You take
You can be weird or you can be pretentious. You can't be both. But the Democrats are weird and pretentious. You can't be both, right? You can't. You like you can say Republicans are weird, but you can't say they're pretentious. You can say they're pretentious, but you can't say they're weird. It doesn't. What you call it? Tim Walz was weird and pretentious. Kamala Harris, she was weird and pretentious. Everybody they put up was weird and pretentious. Think about this. You got friends that I know Kamala. We all know Kamala. And never one of them knew Kamala before, and there wasn't fucking with Kamala afterwards. You ain't heard them had no sympathy campaign. Kamala, keep your head up. We're going to get them next time, girl. I'm going to help you raise that money. None of that shit.
Look at the fact that across the board, didn't matter what race they are, males turned towards Donald Trump.
And Democrats are weird and pretentious.
Yes. Why? Because in so many ways, the party basically dismissed them, left them out of the conversation, and not until the very end decided, I better reach out and see if these guys are worth talking to.
Right? Like a good example, we were talking about this on Flagrant. Remember that stupid haircut I had?
Sure.
You remember where I shaved the sides?
Oh, yeah. Which one? You've had a few.
Yeah, but the stupidest one. The one where I basically, it was like a bowl cut.
Yeah. But it was for a roll.
Right. If somebody came up to me like, why do you have the haircut? And I was like, what, do you not understand fashion? Do you not understand luxury? What are you, a Nazi? Like, how dare you judge his haircut? People would be like, shut the up, bro. You got a weird haircut. Stop acting like, and that's Democrats.
And if you just look at the fact that we have nobody, I think, in this country right now, the majority of people believe in an equal playing field where everybody gets to participate and play.
But if somebody came up to me and they're like, what's up with that haircut? And I go, I know it's kind of odd. It's just a weird thing. I was trolling people and like people really annoyed about it. So I just doubled down. Then immediately those people go, I get it. That's kind of fine. If you disagree with Democrat rhetoric, some of it, not all of it, some of the rhetoric, the extreme rhetoric, the reaction is, what are you, a Nazi? What are you, hateful? What are you, a bigot?
But when you start shoving certain things down people's throats that they don't want to have to eat, you're going to have to deal with the consequences of forcing somebody to do something that they didn't want to do.
Well, we've been doing that to each other, but see, that's.
I'm not saying Republicans don't do it. I'm just saying that this is the reaction. What you have to do is when you have some things that aren't really common sense, Latinx, when you have some things that are just
they sacrificed it all at the altar of identity.
But why aren't you listening to Latinos? Latinos were the main people saying don't use Latinx.
Because they don't care.
You even keep saying Latinx. I never even heard that term.
I know. It's just the whole thing. Like, for example, remember when there was like these stories of like the drag queens teaching teaching kids how to read?
Yes.
And if a dad or mom goes, yo, why are there drag queens teaching kids how to read?
Don't call me homophobic, transphobic,
yo,
that shit.
Explain that shit.
Explain that shit. Don't be, you're homophobic, you're this. Every time they say you're against women's rights, and you got to be against something if you don't understand something or you can explain it differently, right? I don't believe men can have babies. Well, you're against women's rights and you're transgender phobic. Like, why? Because I don't believe men can have babies, right? And you get called these names, you get to put in a basket and stuff like that, and they quick to do that. People got tired of that shit. Even some Democrats got tired of common sense shit.
There's the messaging toward men that Trump was doing, and then there was the messaging toward women that the Harris-Biden campaign were doing.
It's weird. It's not like we ain't all go to kindergarten.
I mean, I remember sitting at the Democratic convention and looking after 3 or 4 days and saying, not a whole lot of men on this program. And that's intentional because they thought this was going to be an abortion election. But was that a misstep?
And maybe this makes me pretentious. Maybe it makes me elitist. I just don't think it really. Look, I just talk.
No, Chris, I want you to finish what you're about to say. You don't think it what?
Impacts people's lives in a real way.
But it impacted the election.
Okay.
Even if it don't impact your life, it impacted the election.
This is the biggest cop-out. This is the biggest cop-out. No, I'm telling you it is, because when you say it doesn't impact people's lives, may I finish?
It doesn't.
May I finish? Yeah. If you just double down. What you're telling me, this is the messaging I get, right?
Right.
I'm telling you, this is a deal to me. And what you're telling me is that I'm weird. This is the pretentiousness that is so baked into Democratic politics.
Huh? You're saying that it shouldn't matter. It's small. It's minute. But you want to throw it in my face, and I'm saying it's matter to me. But you saying it shouldn't matter. Why does it matter to you? Right? And they use that as a defense on it's a small matter. It shouldn't matter to you. But they tell you it shouldn't matter to you when you telling them it does. And no matter what you think, it does matter to me. It does matter to kids and in sports and in boxing, and it does matter to me. Why does it have to matter? And that's what pisses some people off.
That drives people crazy.
I think that abortion being the top issue was obviously a misstep, because we saw that it didn't actually bring out the women that they expected either.
I'm telling you, hey, I don't understand this, and it makes me feel a little uncomfortable. And you're going, no one really cares about this. This is not a big deal. Right. What does you care about?
It's like shut up and dribble.
Shut your mouth and dribble. And
because I'm asking questions.
And the second you do that to the majority of the country, which is what you're doing, they start going, man, fuck these guys. Let's Trump fix this whole shit. These motherfuckers went too far. I can't even ask a question. When I do, they act like I'm stupid.
But I would argue that from the onset, the polling showed that there were stark divisions between what men valued and what women valued, which isn't actually surprising across this country. But the economy was something that everybody valued. The way it was messaged, I think, was problematic.
I don't think Schultz is wrong, Chris. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong either.
First of all, I'm having a conversation. I'm not using that fucking voice when I have it.
He's not talking about you, Chris.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that what you're saying
Chris is fragile.
I know.
Chris is fragile. Chris is going to be okay.
Yeah. But in addition to that, looking at the psychological aspect of things, men have felt left out for quite some time, be it whether it was social groups, be it whether it was, leading to depressive states or other things. They've been very vocal about that. That existed long before the pandemic.
Yeah. See, it's annoying. It's annoying when people act pretentious, huh?
Chris, you can't do this for 4 years. You're not going to make it, bro.
I'm telling you, get on board.
Stress yourself out, man.
Get on board.
No,
Get
we're
on
not
board.
getting on board.
Wait, what?
Listen, it's
What?
just we're all Americans. We want what's best for America. Now,
Yeah.
I like these conversations because guess what? There is a midterm in 2 years. Then there's another presidential election in 4 years. Maybe if he does the right thing.
Can I throw a real quick? Let me throw a real quick idea. Real quick idea. Wait, Chris. Real quick. If we get rid of term limits, bring Barack in for the third term.
No.
Now we talking.
No,
Now we talking.
No, I want the Constitution to keep doing what it's been doing.
No,
I want people to respect the Constitution.
Respect the Constitution. There's
That's
no
what I
third
want.
term. I 100% agree. 100%. Miles, look at me. Get me on. There you go.
But Chris,
There you go.
you said something earlier, and I just was saying it may not impact his life like that,
All I'm
right?
saying,
But it impacts an election.
No, I'm saying focus on something else.
No, you should say that to the politicians.
How pretentious is that? How unbearably pretentious is that?
Listen.
Somebody's knocking on your ceiling, right? You live on the third floor. The fourth floor person is tap dancing on your ceiling, and then you go, "Hey, man, that's a little bit bothersome." Like, and they go, "It's not a big deal to most people."
Right? Wouldn't that piss you off if you telling somebody, "Hey, man, that's kind of irritating," right? And they tell you something stupid like, "Well, most people can deal with that." Like, well, I'm not most people. That fucking sound or that fucking noise or that fucking smell or that fucking whatever it is, I can't deal with that. Well, most people can deal with that. What? That should make you so angry when they try to put you in a category with other people, you know what I'm saying, what they can deal with in their tolerance level. Where they can deal with it, you should be able to deal with it too. What?
It's a little bit bothersome, like, and they go, "It's not a big deal to most people. Just get over it. Most people don't really care."
But you know what's so crazy, Show?
They care.
I think we're forgetting what wins elections, Chris. It's always these one or two things. Like, remember when they said they tried to say George Bush had a DUI from the 70s one year? It's always like one or two things.
There was a man beating up women in the Olympics and won a gold medal. And when people were like,
it wasn't a man.
No, they just came out as a man. It was proved.
No.
They just came out as a man. It was approved. 100%. Internal testes, no menstrual cycle, XY chromosomes.
And I got into it with a motherfucker on Facebook, right? And they're like, "Oh, you're just hating, you're just listening to fake news." And I'm like, "That's a man. You can fucking tell. Look at the muscle structure. Look how fast and agile. Look how they beating the shit out of women. You understand that's a man?" Well, the doctor said this. No, the doctor didn't. They haven't even tested this motherfucker yet. You know what I'm saying? They let him slide. He was a man.
The testing just came out.
It was XY chromosome.
No, they didn't. They weren't sure, and they called everybody transphobic for even assuming that it was. And then they also questioned like the Russian authorities for releasing some tests and that they're trying to game the Olympics. And then
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about that shit.
All right,
because
fine.
what we have learned is talking about those micro issues has caused macro problems.
Exactly.
What you mean exactly? We're talking about Democrats.
He don't see it. He don't.
The Democrats still don't see it. They don't understand it, right? They understand like these small ass subjects, like making like they changing the transgender beer and clothes and standing by it, this social reform. It doesn't work.
See it. He don't see it. They gonna keep losing. They gonna keep losing until they realize this.
By the way,
shit.
Chris, we've had this conversation off air a million times.
This is the conversation I have at every Thanksgiving and Christmas. Everyone in my family is working class, votes for Trump, MAGA, all that shit.
Oh, hell
that's what
yeah.
he's worried about. He's great.
Hell yeah.
I'm saying this is
did you feel the power when he said it? That shit. That felt liberating when you just said that shit, didn't it?
I say to all those people that I say to my own relatives.
What?
There's a line from Shakespeare: "Thou doth protest too much."
I do think that there needed to be stronger outreach to men and men of all backgrounds. But in addition to that, there needed to be more men at the helm of the decision-making process on the campaign. A campaign that is run by a lot of women, is whether it was,
a campaign that's ran by a lot of women, right? Trying to get alpha males and real men to listen to what they want and they need and telling us why they want to vote. Think about what they're trying to do. They're trying to get real men. A campaign ran by a bunch of whiny ass, laughing, giggly ass, dumbass women. You know what I'm saying? And you can't lead me. I'm not about to get led by no woman like that. You can if you want to, not I, not me, not the alpha male that I am. A whole campaign is ran by women. The only man up in there want to be a woman, act like a woman. No, that's not gonna help you with no real men.
Leading to depressive states or other things. They've been very vocal about that. That existed long before the pandemic. I do think that there needed to be stronger outreach to men and men of all backgrounds. But in addition to that, there needed to be more men at the helm of the decision-making process on the campaign.
Whoa, more men at the helm of the decision-making on the campaign. You know what that means? Not Tim Walz, right? You didn't have no Robert Shapiro. You didn't have no real men on the top of the ticket. It wasn't Obama. It wasn't Biden. You had no real men that somebody can attach to. We can attach to Hulk Hogan, huh? We can attach to Joe Rogan. We can attach to Dana White, UFC. We can attach to football. Right? We can attach to shit like that. We can't attach to no abortion. We can't attach to no feminine fucking not eat hamburger type of shit. We can't attach ourselves to that. Right? Don't get a large soda. Right? Eat soybean meat and shit. We not in it. We want a burger that was killed fresh. The meat fresh and the animal was killed yesterday. You know what I'm saying? We want to eat a steak and blood come out of it, something. Right? That's what the men do. Sometimes as a man, you look at something and you say, man, this looks fun. I could fuck myself up, but if I don't, it will be fun. We do stupid. That's why men live longer. Women live longer than men because we do stupid shit, eat stupid shit all our life, right? But you gotta let us be a man, right? You can't take that away from me. You can't take the only thing we got in our favor of being a man and being competitive and dominant, and you know what I'm saying. And the king of the jungle. You can't take that away from us. Because then you have people like Tim Walz and these transgenders and all that other stuff that can't define what a man is because they don't know, they haven't been trained or they haven't learned or haven't been around a man to know what a man does, right? So that's why you get all these people. Oh, I want to be this, I want to be that, because they never been around a man. And you're trying to change that up. Let's change it up. Let's have these sensitive alpha men. Let's say I can braid my woman hair, eat a hamburger, and work on a carburetor. I don't want to be like you, nigga.
Campaign that is run by a lot of women is probably not going to be the same campaign that can speak to men. I'm glad that we have this
to be fair,
circle here
both
because
Trump
it matters.
and Harris's campaign were run by a mixture of men and women. I'm not sure. I think it's just about a theory of the case.
But no,
right?
a lot of the messaging strategies that were developed to men by white women. And I think that is a problem.
Interesting.
Think about this. It was a lot of policies on the Democratic side that was made by white women. Them are facts. Them are something they want to fess up to. Most of them policies that Kamala Harris was supporting, right, was made, right, and promoted and structured by white women. Kamala was just a voice. Hillary Clinton was talking the same campaign speech, right? And she was just a voice. It's the people behind them that's casting them monies and casting them checks, the donors and all that shit. The white women, older white women with money is pushing that shit onto men. And men wasn't listening. She made a good point on that. A damn good point.
Not sure. I think it's just about a theory of the case.
But no,
right?
a lot of the messaging strategies that were developed to men by white women. And I think that is a problem.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that, with the appeal with Trump, I think many of his supporters are kind of attracted to that brash, unapologetic, that tough guy kind of persona that Trump has always kind of had. And I always think back to, the mid 90s and late 90s when I was in college and high school, where you saw a ton of rappers that were name dropping Donald Trump in all these songs. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that because all of them looked at Donald Trump as this unapologetic, brash guy that really pushed his success, his power plays, the art of the deal, all this stuff kind of made it what men look at as, okay, this is what I want. And men of all backgrounds. And I think that, you fast forward to what happened in this election and the dynamics of the populace of people that voted for Trump, men, women, Hispanic, white women, men in general, black men. It really showed that this election kind of teetered towards the catering towards men.
Huh? The election catered towards men. Did you hear what he say? Remember, Donald Trump was a pop icon back in the days. Rap, hip hop, all that. People want to be like Trump, ball like Trump, party like Trump, have the same women like Trump, right? They want to be like Trump. All Trump done is reversed it back because he brought the real men back. People like, I can relate to him again. Right? Y'all made Trump a pop icon. Not only was he already an icon before that into the hip hop, when y'all brought him back into hip hop icon, when y'all put him in jail, y'all talked about his shoes. You talked about his mug shots on the shirts. You talked about the black supporters that supported him. Right? You locked him up. You tried to you brought him back into the pop icon. Then you say, well, Donald Trump say, he can relate to black people because the shit he been through. Well, black people say yes, he can, because that's the shit we've been saying. But they didn't listen to us. They didn't listen when people were saying yes, I can relate to Donald Trump. They tried to make fun of us. Oh, Donald Trump is telling people because he a felon that black people can relate to him no more. No, he's not saying that. He was talking about all people in the Justice Department. But mainly black people, because that's what the Democrats talking about. The Justice Department is so corrupt. The Justice Department needs to be reformed. But as soon as it's Donald Trump that is the victim of a corrupt system, oh no, it works just fine. Oh no, when he says corrupt, it's not really corrupt. It works just fine. Oh, only when Donald Trump is president or the victim.
And so it's just a thing where, you look at it and Trump has made a name off himself from doing this. And I think that was a big part of why he won the election.
Scott, but I'll let you jump in a second, but I think you might find this interesting. Scott Galloway, who has a podcast, many podcasts, but he's working on a book about what's going on with men in the country. He writes this: young American men are in a crisis of underemployment, under-socialization. Soaring college costs affect people regardless of their gender, but manufacturing jobs, once a ticket to the middle class for men without college degrees, have been offshored. Housing is increasingly unaffordable. Men are stuck. They are isolated, despairing, and unproductive, prone to obesity, drug addiction, and suicide, susceptible to misogyny, conspiracy theories, and radicalization. They make inadequate mates, employees, and citizens.
Right. So you saying these men are fucking lost and they need an identity because with all this transgender shit and people telling you what you can and what you should be, and they're not having no identity, of course they have identity crisis, obesity, drug addiction, suicide, susceptible to misogyny, conspiracy theory, radicalization, whatever that may mean, right? And adequate mates. But it's radicalization on both sides. Right? Employees and citizens, right? These are people that have no guidance, right? You can either have no guidance and get caught up and be a liberal, and with all these victimizations, all these categories, or you can get caught up and find your real place as a real man, right? Under the Republican Party. Strap your boots up, you know what I'm saying? Do for yourself, you know what I'm saying? Don't ask for shit. Capitalism, all the entrepreneurship, I mean, be a man, raise a family, have a woman, it's just certain things we believe in that certain people, if they find their identity, you know what I'm saying, they find out they're really a man, they're going to enjoy.
it's a pretty dire picture that he paints there. And it seems what he's saying is that Trump spoke to that.
Well, I agree. First of all, I agree with most of everything that's been said here already. I agree with some of this assessment. I do think we have a crisis of especially young men in this country. And they're, in many ways, disconnected from the rest of their families, disconnected from their communities, disconnected from our political culture, disconnected from our civil culture. And that's a real problem for a society that depends on all of us to be engaged and working together to make it as good of a country and as good of a society as it can be. I think the Democrats in this election made men feel like that the patriarchy is over, boys, and we're going to put you in the back seat for a while, and you're just going to have to accept it, without any thought to the ramifications of telling people who are out honestly trying to make a living, provide for their families, be good husbands, be good fathers. When you tell people who are doing their level best that either A, it's not good enough, or B, you're part of the problem, what do you expect? And then finally, as a political tactic,
hell yeah, what do you expect? You're not living up, you're not good enough, right? And then after the election, right, they tried to justify, we knew you wasn't good enough. That's why we treated you like that. That's why we've been treating you like that, because you don't support us. It was a double-edged sword.
The attempt to put walls on the ticket, and that was going to somehow solve all of the problems that had been built up for years, was ridiculous, because it turns out Walz was the last person that men wanted to hear from. And I remember at the beginning of that whole campaign,
hell yeah, Walz was the last person somebody wanted to hear from. Come out waving his hands. He wasn't a real man. Nobody wanted the pattern life. Nobody wanted the pattern their life after Walz, Tim Walz. I want his wife. I want his life. I want his house. I want his car. I want his fame. I want his nobody.
Campaign, when they put him on, I sat right here, and people are like, "Oh, they got camouflaged hats. They're going to be wearing them in the deer stands this fall." And I think, to your point that you just made, that was not that idea that it was not formulated by a bunch of dudes who actually go deer hunting. It was come up with by a bunch of people who've never met a dude that actually goes deer hunting.
White women, older white rich women, right? Come up with camouflage hats to try to make Tim Walz and Kamala Harris more appealing to men.
But when you try to put that kind of window dressing on a real communications problem or a real relationship problem, it gets exposed immediately.
I did a fun little experiment. I knew we were going to be talking about this tonight. So I have a text chain that's been going on with my friends from college and law school for about 15, 16 years. It's all guys. Some are married, some are not. Some have kids, some do not. Some are former Democrats. Former. They are all MAGA now. So I said...
He said they are all MAGA now. Some are married, some are not, some have kids from all walks of life. Some was Democrats, some were not. He's like, they are all MAGA now. He said, all my friends turned MAGA now. You know what I'm saying? From the Democratic Party. I started a chain. I knew I was going to be on this chain of shows. I started a chain letter. And I asked my friends, you know what I'm saying? And some of them was Democrats, some of them was not, you know what I'm saying? But some of them had family, some of them not. But all of them is MAGA now. Every last one of them.
15, 16 years. It's all guys. Some are married, some are not. Some have kids, some do not. Some are former Democrats. Former. They are all MAGA now. So I sent them a text and I said, I'm coming on the show. We're going to discuss this issue of masculinity and MAGA. Can you give me some PG thoughts? I'm going on family show here tonight.
You may not be
give us
they
the
will go
real
to
version of
PG-13
the
if you
PG
want. Well, we're definitely not going to be reading the text. I will put it to I heard a few certain things. MAGA is fun. MAGA is fun. Yeah. I heard it time and again from each one. Yeah, MAGA is fun. One of them said, MAGA equals football and beer. The left equals HR and tofu.
Football and beer, right? Like, look, when me and Sergeant Mo, we was out there in Denver, you know what I'm saying? We were walking around doing our shit like two boss. We didn't need no party. We didn't need no club. We didn't need no bunch of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, around us to, you know what I'm saying, to have our back. We was with our MAGA hats and MAGA shirts, you know what I'm saying? Two black motherfuckers in Denver. Liberal ass Denver, Like, you know, like what? People looking at us crazy, like what? You know what I'm saying? That's when you know you don't give a fuck. That because it's fun. You know what I'm saying? You feel free, you feel liberated, right? When you put on that MAGA hat, that MAGA shirt, and people look at you and stuff like that, you know, like I'm not to be fucked with. It's kind of and I notice with that hat, I may get dirty looks sometimes, but people know don't fuck with me when I got that MAGA hat on. I'm not the one for some reason. They know it. They know white because I do some traveling, but white people know it. I travel with my MAGA hat on. They look some people, hey, that's a nice hat. I like your hat, right? But some people look at the hat, give me dirty looks and shit, you know what I'm saying? But they know not to fuck with me. They know not to say nothing. You know? And that's the power.
That was one of the nicer ones. Trump speaks to me. He speaks like a normal person. He's not a robotic politician. We can have a debate over what he says, but he speaks to them as a normal person. But the one thing that came across from all of them was, I'm sick of being told what to do. I'm sick of the media telling me what to do. I'm sick of the woke left telling me what to do. I'm sick of government telling me what to do.
I think all the motherfuckers telling me what to do. Everybody telling me what to do. Everybody telling me what to do. I want to listen to my own motherfucking self, right? Well, this last part of the video, right, I want to show you, right, how Kamala Harris' campaign is fake. All these so-called Kamala Harris friends and I'm Kamala Harris partner and I'm Kamala Harris supporter. Most of these people got paid. Al Sharpton got paid. This dude Roland Martin got paid. When he finna try to get on here and explain, right? Most of these people got paid, and some of this shit could be considered illegal, right? Some of this shit could be considered illegal, but some of these sons of bitches got paid through companies and stuff like that, right? It got all these endorsements and stuff like that for advertisement, right? But all of a sudden, the same person that you do the advertisement for comes on your show, and all of a sudden she's being interviewed in a softball ass interview, right? So was the money for the interview or the money was for the advertisement, right? Because if you do advertisement, I mean anybody, even Donald Trump can pay to be on your channel, right? If you're just doing advertisement, Donald Trump could have paid for an ad because Kamala Harris advertised on Fox, right? But this is Fox is a corporation, right? And she didn't have to donate to no Fox or anything like that, right? She had to pay for advertisement, just like the motherfucker my pillow got to pay for advertisement. She got to pay for a slot, right? And that is paid through the company. It's not paid through, okay, we're gonna pay. We're not gonna pay for the slot. You know what I'm saying? We're going to pay for the interview, but we're going to say we paid for the slot. Because we want, we're going to do you like that, and we're going to do Al Sharpton like that. We're going to pay to your media company, right? And then we're going to do an interview on your show. So you win both ways. And we're going to give you these commercials where we say, we shot this commercial, we done some advertisement on the show. So the money wasn't really for the interview, it was really for advertisement. But we know it's all a lie because it was for advertisement. Why you didn't so-called have Donald Trump? Why you didn't have other people, or why you didn't have other commercials on your? If it was for advertisement, I'm pretty sure Donald Trump wouldn't probably advertise on your show anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think your advertisement, right, and your interview, right, was not separate. Both of them was the same. Because if you was gonna do an interview, you'd have hit on all kind of questions. You hit it with a softball ass question. Same thing with Who's Your Daddy podcast and all that shit. Donations to these people media group. Let's get in with Roland Martin. Donations to the media group and how he tried to explain.
So y'all can enjoy your win, but I'm telling you right now, a lot of you who voted for Trump and you're rejoicing right now, there will be tears. And when the tears come shedding, You can't cry on our shoulders.
Awfully worked up.
Ooh! Do you see what he just did?
Nah, I disagree.
No, hold on.
Nah,
Charlamagne. You see what he just did? He said,
he called us all Fraggle Maggots.
Call us Fraggle Maggots. yo, this is the pretentiousness of the Democratic Party.
And you can't come to say, I don't know how this happened. And all we gonna say is, we tried to tell you.
It's the last time I ever watched Morning Joe. Period. End of statement. Unreal. Unreal. For months you were telling us he's the worst thing that could happen to this country and democracy. And then you go kiss his ring. Despicable. Despicable you. Both of you.
If you disagree with me, you're gay.
Nah, I disagree.
He said, if you disagree with me, you're gay.
I remember when Tariq Nasheed called people like Roland Martin and Luther Campbell and others Democrat shills. And shills are like flunkies. They're paid hirelings.
Media buy in parentheses because that's what the $350,000 was for. It was for advertising.
In this particular case, they're hirelings for the Democratic Party.
Then, of course, you have these people out here. I love the people who run their mouths on social media out here, like, you got Tariq Nasheed tweeting, like, SMH, and then you got Jamal Green talking about, see, he was paid to attack us because we disagree our positions.
So we all know the campaign, for the most part, campaign spending has to be made public.
No, that means none of you, including you, Jamal, or Tariq, or any of y'all, even understand that media advertising is actually real.
And so they have these FEC filings. And on this FEC filing right here, we see that Kamala Harris's campaign paid Roland Martin's company, New Vision Media, Inc., $350,000.
And so then I had one dude say, y'all didn't run any ads? Really? We ran this one.
Bob and I both voted for Donald Trump.
I voted for him twice. I won't vote for him again. January 6th was a wake-up call for me.
Donald Trump divides people. We've already seen what he has to bring.
He didn't do anything to help us.
So in this Fox News article, they talk about the payment that Roland Martin's company, New Visions, received from the Kamala Harris campaign. It says, New Vision Media is a media company ran by journalist Roland Martin. Martin spent roughly 30 minutes interviewing Harris on his streaming program in October.
We ran this one.
Kamala Harris has never backed down from a challenge. She put cartel members and drug traffickers behind bars, and she will secure our border.
The former CNN contributor told The Times the payment was for advertising.
Buck dancing for biscuits. Roly Poly was paid $350,000 from Kamala Harris.
And we don't get advertising for anybody. So this notion that, he came at me, because that's silly.
That's silly. Wait. That is silly. But that's what it is. That's why people watch shows and stuff like this, But I didn't do it. I didn't do it today, right? But let me get my pen ready. Let me get my pen ready, right? Because me and Tom was talking about this earlier, right? Let me see if I got some questions. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some cigarettes. I'm finna go ask the homeless, right? And see if I get some good questions right here. I'm gonna ask the questions to the homeless people, right? What job can you do? Can an immigrant do that you can't do, right? You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask them, since Donald Trump has say he was going to deport the immigrants and stuff like that, how is the homeless people going to benefit? You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say it in a calmly way. You know what I'm saying? Me and Tom come up with some stuff like, right? We're going to say, this is me and Tom ideas, right? Y'all can get on it if you want to. We're going to say, if Donald Trump gave homeless people, y'all get a place to stay, a place to eat, right? And free crack, would y'all pick these damn fruits? You know what I'm saying? You're getting all the, you can You can smoke as much as you want to. You know, we're gonna give you a smoke break. You know how people have lunch breaks. We're gonna give you a smoke break, and you can go on your smoke crack. You got a crystal section. We got a crack section. We ain't gonna have no heroin section because they gonna go to sleep on the job, right? But we got crack. We got crystal meth, right? We got fentanyl and all that shit. You gonna get lunch breaks. You gonna have a place to sleep. You gonna have a place to do your drugs and all that. All you gotta do is pick these damn fruits. Or package these damn bags and don't steal shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're getting free everything. You don't need to steal. You're getting free crack. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, Tom came up with an idea. Tom told him that it's going to be mandatory crack breaks. And I said, yeah, that's a good damn idea, Tom. We're going to give them mandatory crack breaks. You know what I'm saying? So if you sign up on this job, you know what I'm saying, you got to pick these damn fruits. You got to or build these houses and do everything these immigrants do, and you got to take a mandatory 30-minute crack break every 3 hours. You know, we're gonna give you 30 minutes to get high and 45 minutes to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna get back in the damn fields. So if you got any questions, you know, if you want me to ask the homeless, you know what I'm saying, about working, about the jobs that they can do, that the immigrants can do, you know what I'm saying, like other than pick fruit or something, we will be taking suggestions and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna ask them, like, I'm gonna ask them, hey man, Donald Trump got a new program. You know what I'm saying? If you smoke crack, whatever drug, he ain't gonna be drug testing. This job don't require no drug testing, none of that shit. Matter of fact, we're gonna test you to make sure you own drugs. If your crystal meth level is low, you know what I'm saying? We got and you need more THC and you need less crystal meth. We're gonna make sure we balance that out. But if you need more crystal meth and less THC, we're gonna balance that out too. We got all kind of drugs. We got a mixture of shit. We're gonna make sure all your levels of crack is high. You know what I'm saying? All we need you to do is pick this. Think about it, get free housing anyway. They getting free food anyway. All they doing is looking for dope. They be around there picking cans and shit up. They be picking, you know what I'm saying? They be recycling shit and finding out how to break. They spend all that energy trying to find a hit, and we gonna get their ass a hit. That'll be the cheapest, you know, this on Thanksgiving, let's get ass turkeys and a big ass ball of crack. You know what I'm saying? Have turkey and dressing on this table, have crystal meth and crack on this table, and have fentanyl on this table because you don't want to mix the fentanyl with the crack. And give them a job. You don't need the immigrant. You talking about you got a lot of workers just sleeping on the damn street, just looking for some crack or looking for a job. They ain't got nothing to do. They can work in the day and smoke after night. Some of them not even gonna go to sleep. You want to talk about overtime? You think about this. You give a crackhead. There's no motherfucker in the world will work more overtime than a crackhead. They don't. Sometimes they're not even gonna sleep for 5 days. You gotta make this. Look, we're gonna have to put in a thing. Look, every week you gotta at least take a nap, motherfucker. Like every week you gotta at least go to sleep for 30 minutes. Ain't gonna be up in those 2 or 3 days because you might run off the plantation. Right? And me and my homeboy, right, we're gonna come up with some skits, right? We're gonna come up with some skits. We're gonna, you know, since black people want to be slaves and Donald Trump gonna be putting niggas as slaves, we're gonna be the new house niggas. We're gonna be running around and we're gonna be chocolate niggas and putting them back on the plantation. We're gonna have a warrant, you know what I'm saying? Instead of a warrant, we're gonna be going to niggas' houses with voter registration. Did you vote for Kamala Harris? Boom, 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 boom. Who is it? Who is it? Who has the door? It's the slave police. Like slave police. Who is you niggas? Like we have registration that said you voted for Kamala Harris. Like so what? Get the nigga 10-4, get the nigga. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be looking at because we're gonna put niggas on the plantation. We're gonna find the best niggas. We're gonna be going to basketball courts. You know what I'm saying? Asking for niggas voter registration. Like, hey, let me see your voter registration. We got one. This nigga 6'3". You can make a lot of money on the plantation. Get this nigga, put his ass. We're gonna be locking niggas up. We're gonna be doing stakeout on niggas. You know, we're gonna make sure if y'all say Donald Trump gonna make you niggas slaves, we're gonna hurry up and help you out because we voted for Donald Trump. we can't be no slaves. You know what I'm saying? So all you niggas who voted for Kamala Harris, y'all better watch out because the slave police is coming for you. Niggas, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Slaves coming to a plantation near you. We finna get these niggas, I'm telling you. All these niggas, we gonna round these niggas up and put their ass on the plantation. Donald Trump say the order is in, damn it. We're gonna have Donald Trump badges and everything. We're gonna have yellow wigs and shit. We're gonna be dressed up in blue suits with a red tie. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have the whole outfit. Bad boys. And what you gonna do when they come for you? We're gonna be busting immigrants and all kind of shit. We're gonna do the damn thing. Huh? Ninjas. Yeah, life is my high. I don't do anything. I'm a health freak. I'm not a look. I had a female that was a health freak, Miss Black Barbie, and she was a little too expensive for me. She ate motherfucking natural cookies cost $5 a cookie. I'm like, wait a minute, you don't want none of this? I know a bag of Oreos, you can get like a 50 Oreos for $5. She got one cookie and it was sealed in the bag and stuff like that. And then like I'm eating hamburgers and chicken, and this bitch making stuff on a tortilla shell. It was like a pizza. She pulled out. It was like some cracker tortilla shell. It was made out of some natural stuff, and then she put some little sauce on there, and she put some other. I said, "What is that?" She's like, "Oh, this is a pizza." What kind of fucking a pizza is that? You didn't put it in the microwave or nothing. It's not no. Oh, this is diet. I'm like, you know what? She eating that. I never knew about no green, whatever this green that thing. Right? We go to the thing, and she said, "I'm on a salad." I'm like, "Okay, let's go get a salad." Right? We go get a salad. The salad is $17 motherfucking dollars. I said, "What kind of shit they got in this salad?" And that's for starters. I'm like, you mean it's more? No, it just start at $17. I got to get the other stuff to put up in there. I'm like, God damn. Like, you want a salad? Hell no, I don't want no salad. It's a Jack in the Box right over there. I am not eating no damn salad with shooter. Costs $100. You know what, girl? You have to start buying your own food. we broke up. Hey, look, we broke up because she couldn't buy her own food. I said, wait a minute. She said, no, this is a true story. This is a true story. She said, I'm going broke, right? I said, wait a minute. You don't pay no rent here. You know what I'm saying? You don't pay no bills in this motherfucker. You don't give me no money. How the hell you going broke? It's all that damn food you eating. Who in the fuck eats $50 worth of food a day? What the fuck? Who does that? Like, who, like, the shit you like? I gave my EBT card, right? My EBT card, and I say, look, okay, now this will help you save some money, right? Give me this, and you can have the rest, right? So we wouldn't have, right, on the food. Right? I said half for you and half for me. Right? I gave her my list. She came back with 4 bags for me, right? 4 bags. You know what I'm saying? She came back with a half a bag. Like, what the fuck you get? Oh, I got some of this stuff. I can put it on my sandwiches, and I bought some of this healthy stuff. And I'm like, what? You spent $175 on a half a bag, and you don't even have no food up in it. You just got ingredients. What the? I don't think this relationship gonna work. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she's a liberal. I didn't know her politics because I wasn't in politics back then, but I'm pretty sure her ass was a liberal. Pretty sure because she was like a black blind too. Right now, and this is a true story. Right? And I say this joke too on stage. It was a true story. I add on. I introduced her to my friend one time. I like, hey, such and such. This is such and such, right? And the first thing she said is, "Do you know fires is dangerous?" And my homeboy looked at me like, "Did she just say what I think she said?" And I looked at him like, "Yeah, hey, but she fine though." He like, "Yeah." And then he looked at her like, "Yeah, I know fires is dangerous." he, we had to look like, whoa, like he was, he like black. He looked at me like, whoa, black, and I'm like, hey, what can I say, man? Right? This is a true story. This is a true story. But I say my baby mama on this story when I tell a joke on stage. We went to a hamburger stand one time, and they had a bill. They had a bill, right? And they said, uh, cheeseburger special today, 99 cents. I said, oh, let's go down here. They got a hamburger for 99 cents. Right? Give me a couple of them. So we go to the order, and she asked for herself, how much is 2 99-cent hamburger? I said, wait a minute. You want to know how much? And I was thinking to myself, because dumb people make you dumb. And I was thinking to myself, like, damn, that's a good question. How much is 2 99-cent hamburgers? Then I like, wait a minute, that's 2 99 cents. What the hell is she talking about? 2.99. The question she asked, it sounded legit. Like, damn, how much is 2.99 cents? Because I'm high, you know. So you think logical when you're high. You know what I'm saying? Damn, how much is? Can I afford 2.99 hamburgers? I mean, this is like, how much is? Wait a minute, that's 2.99 cents. What the hell? Who in the fuck says that? Who in the fuck says that? But I mean, you got to deal. This is the same girl. This is the same girl. But you know, I like, you know what? This is not going to work. I don't. I don't think this is gonna. I don't think this is gonna work, right? And then when you're in a relationship, you try to like, how can I get her mad? How can I start an argument? I say, how you doing today? What do you mean how I'm doing today? You always asking the same shit. How I'm doing, how you doing, how was your day? Who the fuck cares how my day was? You don't. Evidently you don't. Well, I'm leaving. Good. God damn. I thought you would never go. Woo. You know what? I started doing shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So what the speed up the process, right? I started breaking in their cars outside, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is a bad neighborhood. They keep breaking in your car. It's like, yeah, this is a bad neighborhood. I said, we gotta move. You move first, and I'm gonna move after you. Cause I want to make sure you safe. You know what I'm saying? When she moved out, like all the door, click, 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 click. And changed all the locks. She'll never get back up with this motherfucker. Yeah, 99 cents per 212 per tax. Yeah, 212 plus tax. Where 212 plus she didn't know the math. You know, but you know, some girls like it's intelligent girls on my channel. You gotta be intelligent to get my jokes, right? You gotta have some kind of, you know, some kind of, and y'all are conservative women, right? And I didn't know that I've been messing with, I don't even know if I ever messed with a conservative woman. That's crazy. To come to think about it, I don't ever know that I messed with a conservative woman ever, right? That got conservative values. I've been trapped, and because you don't find no women right here that's pro-life. You know what I'm saying? You just don't find two women right here that don't want handouts. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I'm not finna move you into my house. Nigga, I got Section 8. Nigga, my kids. Nigga, I don't. Nigga, you don't find that shit out here. They want abortions and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, they don't believe in late-term abortion, but there's some of these hoes out here will clip a baby in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, I've been dealing with liberal-ass women all my life. No wonder we didn't match. No wonder I couldn't find no damn soulmate. Like, these bitches is crazy. They emotional. right? Like I tell, look, this is a true story. This is a true story too, right? And I tell the truth. I tell the truth, right? This is and this is back in the day when I was selling drugs, right? So this girl, she was going crazy because she said she was in love with me. And I wasn't in love with her. It was a sex thing, right? She was like, well, I go crazy. I don't kill myself, right? I said, well, look, if you're gonna do that shit over me, kill yourself on the porch. I got all kind of shit in my house. I'm not trying to have the police come to my shit, right? Or no shit like that. If you gonna kill yourself, do the shit on the porch, right? I didn't think she was gonna kill herself, but I must have said something. And she like, what? And she remember she was trying to kill herself to try to kill me. Lucky the homie was there. He like stepped in. He was like, Black, why you say that? I'm like, I had to explain. I'm like, well, if she's stupid enough to kill herself over me, you know what I'm saying? This don't do it in the house. Because if she say I ain't shit, why she want to kill me? You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to do this shit on the porch. Right? I knew she wasn't gonna do this shit. Don't kill, don't man. I want the police. You don't get me busted, bitch. Do the shit on the porch. You think I'm crazy? Yeah, I think your ass crazy. I think your ass crazy. Let me tell you another true story. Let me tell you another true story, right? And this is also when I was selling drugs, and the police didn't like me. The police knew it, and they didn't like me because they couldn't catch me, right? So the same homeboy, we go this girl. We had some girls over our house, and this wasn't my girlfriend, but I was messing with her. So she came in, she saw us with some another girls, so she ran out, and she had my chain and my weed, right? And I didn't know, and my friends came up and they said, "Hey man, you just gonna let her run out with your weed? You gonna let her wear your chain and your weed? Why you?" I'm like, "What?" Like, yeah, she just walked out with your. I'm like, "What?" So we go. I can't find her. This was before they had cell phone. I had to call her. I had to try to apologize and say I ain't gonna mess with the girl, all that to get my weed and stuff back right. So when I go over there and get it, my friend, he's a damn clown. He's a damn nut, right? He's a damn nut, right? So I got a sweet talker, right? You know what I'm saying, to get my stuff back, right? So after I sweet talk, get my stuff back, I said, look, I ain't never fucking with you again. You are crazy, right? So she said, what? And he instigated, oh shit, here it go, here it comes, right? So I said, let's go, man. And I knew she was going in the house to get something, right? I said, come on, man, let's go, right? So I go and jump in his car. I knew this bitch is crazy, right? He still out there instigating. Oh shit, here she come by the car. Get in the car, let's go, right? So he still come out with a knife, and he know this bitch is not playing no more, right? So I don't think she was gonna cut him, but he probably thought that. So he hopped in the car, right? But he's still playing, right? He's still playing with the girl, agitating her. And I tell her to drive off. She's trying to stab the car and all this kind of shit, right? So we drive off, and all I see is some headlights in the back. I said, "Oh man, my car's outside. Take me to the house, lose this bitch. Take me to the house so I can pull my car in the garage, right?" So we lose. She chasing us. I tried to park my car in the garage, right? But I saw her get out, and I couldn't put my car in the garage. And I see her coming full speed with a damn knife, right? So I see the police pull up, Officer Williams. I said, "Woo, shit, the police! Thank God!" Right? 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 And I'm thinking she heard me say the police, thank God, right? Because they probably saw us like in a high speed chase, right? So the girl swung the knife at me, not like try to stab me, like she swung it like a backhand, right? And she like sliced me on the arm, and I looked at my shit, and I looked at the police, and he laughed at me and drove off. I said, "Son of a bitch." I said, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute. I know what to do, right? So I tried to run, right? And she was gonna lift up the garage and slash my tires. I'm like, hey, police. They drive the fuck off, right? So then I had to sweet talk her ass again. You know what I'm saying? So she wouldn't go and tear my shit up. But it was all because this damn fool don't know how to close his damn mouth and always instigate. He damn near got both of us killed in front of the police. I said, oh man, the police, he looked at me. Officer Williams, I never forget. He always tried to get me. He looked at me and laughed and drove off. I said, you sorry son of a bitch. You sorry piece of excuse for a motherfucking cop. You quick to run up in my house and raid my shit. Arrest this bitch. She just stabbed me in front of you. You the key witness, nigga. I said, look, if I can't get no help from the police, you know what? I gotta just try to work it out with this bitch. Because not, I'm dead tonight. Right? But luckily I caught her cheating. Like, woo, thank God I caught her cheating. Woo, and that's the end of it right there. I said, woo, I caught her cheating with a nigga that was 6 foot. You know, this nigga was, look, we going to the movies. We been go to the movies and we see her in the car. The same nigga. The same nigga. But we was in the car with another friend this time. He's like, hey man, there go old girl right there. I'm like, where? It's like right next to us. Right now, look up. Right? And I see her in the car with another nigga. And this nigga so big, he in the front and the back seat. He like laid back. I'm like, damn, that nigga big. Right? So I just tried. She didn't never see me. I was trying to get her attention, look at her, but I wasn't gonna say nothing, right? Because the nigga in the car looked like he could whip all three of our ass. You know what I'm saying? Because he was, like I said, he was in the front and the back seat. He had to be at least 6'8" or something. Because no regular. I've been in that seat before. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a regular nigga. I gotta sit back, but he was in the front and the back. He had to lay the seat all the way back, like this. And you could tell he still didn't have enough room in the front. I said, damn, this nigga, he will whip all our ass. And I'm not one of them niggas be on the movie, right? You know how the movies happen and the Bruce Lee whipped 5 niggas' asses and there be one nigga standing there and no. If I see both my homies get knocked out, right, I'm gonna lay my ass on the ground. I'm gonna run and come back when they wake up. I don't say, nigga, we all got knocked out. I'm not about to be the only nigga left and he just knocked out 2 of my friends. Like, you know what? Pow, pow. And I'm sitting up there like, you know what? Come on. Now, you know what? You got me. I'm finna run, right? Or we can just keep this between ourselves. Them niggas knocked out. They're not gonna know. I'm just gonna lay right here, sir. You don't have to hit me that hard. You hit them niggas that hard, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to hit me. Look, I can just lay down right here. Look, I'm sorry, whatever I said to you, sir. You know what I'm saying? Or my intentions was not what I will apologize to the nigga. And it's like, I'll wake up at the same time my first homie wake up like, hey man, what happened? Like, oh man, where'd he go? Damn, that nigga was, that dude was a tough motherfucker, man. I saw him knock y'all out, man, and I ran over there. I got a couple of punches in, but he knocked my ass out too. Because I would have to make an agreement with the dude. I say, hey man, when my homies wake up and I tell them the story, can I please tell them I at least landed a punch? He's like, hell no, nigga. Okay, well, I'm not gonna say I landed a punch. I'm gonna say you knocked my ass out. I tried to swing and you knocked my ass out too. I'm not gonna say I landed no punch, sir. I'm not gonna say I touched you, nigga. Can I say I scratched you or something? Like, no, you didn't. Okay, I got you, sir. I lay my ass right here. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me put my phone on the side right here because I want to scratch at my phone when I lay down. And let me lay on this side of my shirt because I don't want this side of my shirt to get dirty. Okay, I will make a deal with this nigga. You not finna knock me out, nigga. You crazy? You be seeing the last nigga standing like, I'm like, come on, nigga, that's Van Dam. Nigga, you about to get the shit beat out of you. You just saw all you just whoop 10 of your homies' ass. But I didn't want that fight. Like I said, this dude, look, I know how to pick and choose my fights. Like little kids, women, and old people, I would have started some shit. It would have been a problem. I can handle that. It's the motherfuckers in between I got a problem with. You know what I'm saying? But kids, old people, come on. Give me one of them motherfuckers. Anyone, any day. I will. Woo. But all the other people, all the other genres, I might have a problem with. Right? And look, sometimes like I'm not homophobic. I'm not transphobic. You know what I'm saying? I'm weird phobic. Right? And I can't help but speak on certain things. In LA, you see, I don't know how y'all transgenders are, but you see a transgender that's 6'5" with muscles, tattoos, right, and high heels, a mini skirt, high on crystal meth. You be like nigga, like what? Like your titties is, oh my god, right? And you see some like transgenders, like they be big, and you be like, I better not say nothing to this dude because it's a lot of people got phones out here, and I'm a comedian, and I don't want people to film me getting my ass whooped and put it on because you know that shit'll go viral. Because ain't too many comedian get his ass whooped by transgender for telling jokes. You know, I'm like, ooh, I'm not fit to do. I'm not picking my fights. You know, a regular one, I would do it. You know what I'm saying? But motherfucker like 6'5", got muscles and oh my, I'm not fucking with him because he's not about to be 1-2 piece of my ass on no YouTube live. Right? People filming that shit. Oh, look at him. Next thing you know, y'all, it be all in y'all feed and shit. Transgender beat up Trump supporter. My MAGA hat be all on the motherfucking curve and shit. You know, like damn. You know, burning my MAGA hat. Be on Instagram and shit. You know, some people live burning my MAGA hat and shit. Like I'm on the ground, knock the fuck out. Like I'm not about to do that. I pick and choose my fights. Ha! I pick and choose them. But I had a crazy life. A crazy life. Dealing with some crazy ass liberal women want to cut themselves and do all kind of stuff. Like, oh my god! I mean, a liberal woman would you can catch a liberal woman cheating. They would try to make you feel guilty. Like, wait a minute, wait, I just caught you with the dude, but you don't know why I was having sex with him. It doesn't matter why you was having sex with him. See, you never wanna understand what I'm going through. Bitch, I don't have to understand what you're going through. You was having sex with another nigga in the house. But that wasn't the point. Well, what's the point is? I don't want to talk about it now. Like, what? Oh my God. This is like sometimes, right? Sometimes oh my God. Sometimes you be like, you think to yourself, like, is she? I don't know if everybody had this feeling, you know, but sometimes you be with a female. I'm talking about liberal females, right? Because like I said, I only deal with liberal females, and sometimes I think, like, damn, is she retarded? Because I don't think she get it. Like, I don't look like. You ever see the woman with that have the eyes like the deer stuck in the headlights? I have experienced that, right? When you tell, hey, can you something simple, and they look at you like you be like, oh my God, she really don't get it. She really don't get it. That's when you got to make a life decision. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be a sex thing. There's no, I cannot deal with that. I cannot deal with that. Do you know that? You know what the capital of California? No, say some shit like no, say some shit like I would go to I would go to Detroit, but I'd never go to Michigan. Like, what? I would go to Los Angeles, but I'd never go to California. Like, what? How you gonna pull that off? Like, did you just say that? You said you gonna go to Los Angeles, but you'll never go to California. Okay, I get that. It make you confused. You be like, what the fuck did this say? I gotta do with a. I probably gotta. I just thought about it. I gotta make sure the next woman that I date is conservative. Right? I don't want to. I'm not going to be dating. Look, it's impossible. I just found out it's impossible for me to date a woman that's liberal because she's not going to fuck with me because I'm a Trump supporter in the first place. I'm a diehard Trump supporter, and that's off the top. I'm not gonna be spending my time with a bitch telling me how racist Donald Trump is and why I'm wearing that MAGA hat and why I do so many videos on Donald Trump. Why I'm not finna and why what you think about women rights? I'm not finna be dealing with no emotional ass creature. Like I would end up on Snapped. I would end up on some shit like that. Cause I'm gonna say something like in response, not nothing mean, but I'm gonna say something in response, and then I'm gonna be on the episode of Snapped. On this episode of Snap, Trump supporter was stabbed by a girlfriend while he was asleep. Like what the fuck? She cut off his penis and then fed it to him and sliced sliced pro-life in his chest. Like what the fuck? They would do it. You cannot mess with a emotional ass creatures. Look, 99% of the women in the penitentiary for violent crimes is liberal. Conservative women, they ain't got time for that shit. They ain't got time to kill no nigga over no damn relationship or kill no broad because they was messing with your man or kill children and shit and tie them up and drive them off the damn road. You don't see no conservative women doing no shit like that. They don't do it. That be these liberal ass women like this bitch is liberal. She gonna kill her babies and beg for mercy. I really love my kids. Well, bitch, why you tie them up and run them off the damn freeway? You show mercy on me. You didn't show no mercy on them. Liberal ass, emotional ass woman. You want to kill the baby and ask for them to give you leniency. I was going through something. Well, why you take it on them? You should have taken it on your ass. You know it's an option. You take the H off of a homicide, put an S on it, it's suicide. You know it's another option, right? You know it's another option. I was going through stuff with my boyfriend. And, look, only a liberal woman will say, look, I had a message from God. He told me to drown my babies. That bitch is a liberal. That bitch is a liberal. You can tell you can tell a conservative woman from a liberal woman. Conservative, like if you hear a story, a woman, breaking news, a woman, dun, 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 dun. Tonight's news, a woman was almost sexually assaulted, but the assailant was shot 5 times, you know what I'm saying? And he died on the way to the hospital. That's a conservative woman. If a motherfucker got shot 5 times trying to assault a motherfucker, and then she's on the news, you know what I'm saying, explaining what happened, that's a conservative woman. Right? And I don't want to tell you what happened to a liberal woman in that same predicament. Dun, 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 dun. News at 8. We're here standing in front of the hospital where a woman was sexually assaulted and beat and things like that, you know what I'm saying, by the legal immigrant, you know, and things like oof. Da, 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 da. It's a different reaction. Sexual assault got manhandled by a woman that was MMA fighter. Da, 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 da. it's a difference. It's like you know the crowd, you know, right? The men. Oh, the men protesting about women rights and stuff and women abortion. You know, that's a liberal man. You ain't got to say who it is. Oh, the protest for gun rights and freedom. That's a conservative man. They march for different things. You're not finna see me marching to kill no damn babies. You can't go to heaven like that. Like, you gonna go to heaven? You gonna go to the pearly gate and reading your report card? Like, nigga, wait a minute, nigga, you with killing babies? We don't have none of them up in here. Send that nigga to the other place. You can't get up here. You can't. How many babies did you kill? Okay, you drove babies to the damn doctor to get them murdered. We're not gonna let you up in here. Nigga, you was out there protesting for baby murders, nigga. You see some of them babies over here, some of them innocent spirits that almost had a chance to have a life, but your ass was promoting and demonstrating that they don't deserve to live. You dumb son of a bitch. All right, let me get up out of here. Like I said, I was joking enough. Let me get up out of here. I'm glad that y'all enjoyed the show, but I will see y'all tomorrow. We got more show tomorrow. Thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed this show. I'm out.